Hello and welcome to another fun-filled edition of Adam's Music Box. And I've said it before and I'll say it again, but the 70s was an era where uniquely so many different genres converged. And I think one of the reasons for this was as the music market continued to expand, hungry music consumers, hungry audiences were willing to give all kinds of different styles a try. And in the very early parts of the decade, at least, FM radio was still very free form. And it was just sort of a few years before the genre police got into FM radio and segregated one style from the other. And it was in this era of extreme creativity when Eddie Hazel burst onto the scene as one of the most unique guitar players ever, that was really as hard as your out there slashing rock guitar god and your funky groovy soul guitar player. It was one part psychedelia, one part soul, all parts frankly genius. And Eddie Hazel's playing really helped to transform the Parliament Funkadelic sound from the more sort of essentialist R&B type of music of the 60s into what it became, the spatial cosmic astrofunk of the 70s. And although George Clinton is obviously the genius underpinning everything in the Parliament Funkadelic world, Eddie Hazel's unmistakable guitar sound was absolutely critical to this success. Now, what a lot of people might not know is that he had some really, really good solo albums that were absolutely in the same vein of the Parliament stuff that you've come to know and love, and even had a familiar cast of characters. I'm thinking in particular of his 1977 cult favorite that's just been reissued very well, by the way, Games, Dames, and Guitar Things. And this is just, it's a short album. It goes by quickly, but everything on it is just absolutely great. And again, it has some familiar faces on the album. Bootsy Collins, another veteran of the Parliament Funkadelic world, is on there as well as Bigfoot Braley, another sort of veteran of that world. So you could say that it is all sort of part of that Parliament Funkadelic family. And this album really sort of encapsulates a solo career that we really only found more about as the wider music listening audience after his too young death in the year 1992, because it was then when we see some of his posthumous material released, some EPs, some live stuff. But it was this album from 1977, Games, Dames, and Guitar Things, that was released in his lifetime that really allowed him to show off his wonderful, unique guitar playing skills, which will be instantly recognizable from some of those early Funkadelic albums. So, if you're not familiar with Eddie Hazel, you should be, because he absolutely helped take guitar into new realms in a very exciting decade for music. As always, like, subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Take care.